Yeah.
How's everyone doing today in the chat? Thank you guys for showing up early as usual. I appreciate everybody. Again, the same names. You guys always make me laugh, and I appreciate seeing you guys. Welcome back to The Deal. You know, it's us every Tuesday, 3 p.m. I'm Tia, I'm the playlist manager here at BeatStars. If you're new here, this happens every Tuesday, same time, same place. And it's all about highlighting the community that have joined the BeatStars family by way of signing with us. BeatStars recently teamed up with Sony ATV for this initiative, and they're the #1 global music publisher. They've worked with everybody. You can do your Googles if you want. But with BeatStars Publishing, we're able to help our roster with admin services like registering copyrights, collecting royalties for film, for television, video games, you name it. For more information, you can go to beatstars.com/publishing. If you're interested in us representing you, there's an application form you can fill out. And while we're here, I'd also love to remind you guys that we have an Instagram account for our publishing division now, which you can follow. It's BeatStars Publishing. You can get better acquainted with our roster and also get some free game on what publishing is, tips you might find useful, all that kind of stuff. Last week, we spoke with PR Beats. He was in India. It was like midnight when he was talking to us. And Andre from Contrabands, he was out in Russia. So shout out to them for just staying up to even like spit game. It's really incredible stories. And if you want to check out that interview as well as all our other interviews and tutorials, you can head over to the BeatStars YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to be notified of new uploads. Let me add Biggs back in here. I don't know what it is. Let me let him his camera right. So like I said, this week we're with ThisIsBiggz and Militia. I want to give them a warm welcome to the BeatStars family. We're really grateful to have you guys, and I'm grateful that you're taking time out of your afternoon to come speak with us and all that. So with that being said, if you want to go ahead and introduce us. My audio's choppy, y'all. You can't hear me?
I'm up here now. Y'all can hear me now, right?
I can hear you.
All right, cool.
Everyone's
good. Hey, what's up, bro?
I'm frozen. My Wi-Fi's bugging. I don't like that. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Can you guys hear me, Militia and Biggs? How's my audio?
Yeah, everything clear.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let it rock then. Hopefully it sorts itself out, guys. Okay, I'm good now. Bless. So if you guys just want to introduce yourselves, whoever wants to go first is fine, but just let us know, where you're from and how you got started in music.
You want me to go first or you want to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, go ahead,
bro. I'm from Altus, Oklahoma, middle of nowhere. And I got started on BeatStars, really taking it serious around like 2014 when it started coming out. Like I was one of the first people on the site, and just started collabing with people, and then things kind of started popping off from there, and now I'm here on The Deal.
Started from the bottom. What about you, Biggs? Tell us about yourself.
A year ago, right, I told myself I wanted to get more into my producing because that's where my passion really lied at. So I've been in the music game for about 18 years. So I went to BeatStars and I just started uploading every day on BeatStars and YouTube. And like from there, I started uploading my credits, and that's how Greg heard about me. So I locked in with him, and I thought when they hit me up with the email, I'm like, yo, this is not real. Like, whatever. Like, but I'm like, where I'm from, I'm kind of like the person that I'll go out there and take the risk, and if it's a win, I'm bringing the whole team on. So like, and then through that, now I have my whole record label actually signed under the BeatStars brand and the Prime brand. I mean, under the Sony logo too. So it helped out a lot. Yeah. We took it to the next level, and we still signing artists and producers now.
What?
That's crazy. I was doing a lot of there's a lot of stuff on you, Biggs, on the internet. It's easy to find you. But you wear so many hats. Like, you are a multidisciplinary artist. You're working with multiple streams of income and just all kinds of stuff. So how do you find yourself? Like, I know I was reading you started off as an artist, you like to draw.
Right.
And then you moved into actually being a rapper yourself.
Yep.
And now you're a producer.
Right.
You own a record studio. You
Yep.
have a family. There's a long list of things that you do. And I want to get into game from both of you. And I know that Bigz, you're really big on spitting game and just like helping the next. But I want to know, before you start giving game, what are some key steps that you can teach yourself, or somebody can teach themselves, to being a self-starter while they're waiting for a DM back from that question that they were asking, or whatever the case may be?
Whenever I get, all right, it started with my mom. Whenever she would give me a question, I'll go to the encyclopedia and I'll figure it out. She say, I don't know. So it went from that to YouTube to Google to now just, you can get information anywhere now. If you can't find it, you don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. What about you, Alicia? Any insights for being a self-starter?
Really, I like just kill your ego, really, first of all. And like whoever your hero is or who you think is the best in what you're trying to do, just compare what you're doing to what they're doing. And you have to be really truthful with yourself at all times. You can't just sit there and just have a bunch of yes men around you all the time and things like that. You got to get yourself out there, and you really got to just take the criticism and just get better. Like there's going to be a ton of misses before you hit that win. So that's how I look at it with everything I do. Really, I just just expect to be trash at first. Not always going to be great at everything right off the bat.
I love
that. Some people do though. Some people really have it. They don't know what it is, but they have it and do really well. And like you said, that ego is what's going to carry you to the top, because the same people you see going up, you got to see coming down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that was my favorite part of what you just said, is killing your ego, because you really just gotta just let yourself be a learner and be a student. And I think when people just go into things and they're just like,
it's give and take though, because you can use that ego to go, but you just have to be self-aware of of yourself, and it's really just self-awareness.
I agree with you guys. So tell me a little bit more about your BeatStars journey and how that's influenced or shaped your career up until this point. Like just before signing, what was BeatStars to you guys, and how is that benefiting you? Whoever wants to go first.
All right. Well, BeatStars for me was a foreign language, because I'm used to selling beats. I'm in the studio all the time, so I'm like giving beats to artists like hand to hand. So like now I'm going into this digital world, and it's like, all right, what's going on here? Is this sound click, or is this like how all of that used to be, or is this a new, like, is this the next where we need to be at? Like, it was just all of these thoughts running through my mind, but I knew it was a trustworthy brand. So I stuck my brand next to it, and I wanted to win.
I hear that. What about you, Militia?
My BeatStars journey is kind of crazy, because when I started off back in the day, there was like someone hit me up and they wanted to collab, and I didn't really know who they were at the time, and they were from LA. And I didn't ask them who they were for about a year or two, but they became my best friend. And I finally asked them, I was like, hey, man, like, how do you live out in LA? You got all these connections and stuff out there. He's like, oh, man, Crooked Eye's my uncle. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about, bro? So that's one of my best friends. That's from Corey Kale. You can hit him up on Instagram. That's who's my partner in the militia. Like, we collab all the time and stuff like that. So that's really how this all came about.
Wow.
It's just stuff like that on BeatStars. It's crazy. Like things like you don't know who you're talking with or networking with half the time, but things just pop off crazy like that all the time.
Absolutely. There's a lot of unexpected names and people just on the platform in general. Even in my day-to-day, I'll be scrolling and be like, oh shit, like I didn't see this one coming, but okay, cool. Like so-and-so's on here.
That's like, he's my best friend now, and I go out to LA and just chill with him, and like it was crazy for me. It was a big thing for me, and I like that's just one of my best friends. I talk to him like all the time still to this day. We just make beats and stuff together.
what made you guys want to come together and just like be this little super group and keep it pushing that way?
We were both making kind of the same style of stuff, and we just kind of there wasn't that many people. It was like when they did the collab thing for the first time, it was like a new feature on BeatStars. So we were just like wanting to test it out or whatever, and it was really just making the same type of sound, same type of music, just throwing stuff back and forth, really being out there, putting my music out there. So we were both doing our own thing. We were like, oh, well, we'll just make like a little group on the side or whatever. And then it turned into this.
That's fire. I love that. And now you're here, and now you're part of the BeatStars family, and we're not letting you go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
I want to talk to you guys about your placements, because y'all have some pretty noteworthy things to share. I don't know who wants to go first in this conversation.
You can go first. Go ahead. I went first in all the conversations. So
all right. So, Militia, you told me you've received placements, or you guys have received placements for EA Sports, for Madden, Netflix documentaries. What were those, and how did that feel? What was that process like? What was the first one?
Oh, the first one was I had a job at a convenience store. When I got the first one, it was for a Netflix placement. It was a political documentary, and I got a call from New York City, New York on my phone. I'm like, who the heck's calling me from New York City, New York? So I was like, I gotta go on break. So I went on break and I took the call, and they're like, hey, this is we found your track on BeatStars and we want to use it in our documentary and all this. And I was like, what the heck's going on? So that's when I kind of knew BeatStars was kind of, it's a really crazy place for just posting your tracks, and people are really out here searching for those tracks. So I got to post everything. And the same thing happened on the EA Madden placement. Someone had just, I think it was Kanye West type beat. They searched Kanye West type beat, and I got an email. They were like, hey man, we're going to use your track in a commercial. And they didn't even tell me what the commercial was. Before the day before. And then it was for Madden 20, the whole promo spot and everything with Joey Badass and stuff like that. And so my friend, I told Corey out in LA, I was like, hey man, check this out. We got on the Madden commercial. He's like, man, what the hell? He's like, that's a bag right there. I gotta go talk to my publisher, man. Hold on.
Yeah. What?
So he was kind of tripping about that, because I hadn't really talked to him about any of that, the publishing side or anything like that, or what we can get out of it, any incentives. So that's another reason like this BeatStars publishing thing is so crucial for me, because just tracks that might go viral, or any kind of beats people we want to use on TikTok or for commercials, things like that. The publishing and BeatStars, for them to step in and have someone to go to make sure everything's all right, is a really big deal.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Biggs? I want to hear about your placements, because you've got a lot of incredible engineering credits between like Earth Gang, Moneybagg Yo. I heard in another interview, 21 Savage.
Yep.
Boosie, there's a long list. So what was the first one? What did that feel like?
I honestly don't remember the first one, because I used to have Alicia Keys artist. It was a rapper named Mike Mills. He used to be signed under the same label with Alicia Keys, and they used to come to my house and record. That was kind of my first one, really. And then like my first like major, because Earth Gang started with me, so like they ain't like Jed, all of them, they ain't know they was about to like blow up like that. Like we all knew, but like they was in college. They was college kids. They just was like, yo, like we rapping. We got stuck in the studio in snowstorms and everything. But let me think. Gucci was fun. That was a fun one. That one, he came in the studio and was like, he ain't had no jewelry on. He came in the studio. He had to peep the scene, because our studio used to be like in the cut. So you didn't even know it was a studio there. So he came in, he had no jewelry on. He came, looked around, made sure everything was good. And after that, he bought out all the jewelry, costumes, we did a photo shoot, all the clothes, all that stuff. So that was fun.
You set the tone. The vibes were right.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Juicy J did the same thing. He was high. He loved the studio when he came through. Who else, man? It's a lot. I had a chance to work. My most prized one was to work with Brian Max, who was one of Michael Jackson's engineers, and he told me I was one of his favorite engineers to work with.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so that was like a big deal for me. A lot of places. Moneybag Yo, that was dope. Shout out to Santana Trey. That was one of my boys. I got one coming out with Sauce Walker too in about a month.
Okay, then.
Yeah, and Lil Flip.
Pardon?
And a song with Lil Flip. I did that's coming out.
I got a song with Lil Flip too.
For real? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the legend, bro. Yeah.
Is it the Zero Lil Flip thing?
Nah.
Oh, because I saw Zero Lil Flip were releasing, or they're doing a collab or album or something too.
Oh no, that's fire though. I need to get on that. But that one, West Side Gun, that's my dog. He was just. When he came to the crib, he was dope.
I'm gonna sit back here, you list them, and then when you get through your list, I'm gonna come back.
Right, you funny. But yeah, no, it's just a blessing though. It's just about because my work ethic is relentless. Like I'm always the first person in the studio, last one to leave. Like that's just what I do. I'm in the studio 15 hours a day, just making moves on the phone, dealing with artists. Shout out to Lil Easy. That was the last artist I helped get a deal. Like. And it wasn't like I got him in there and he did all like I just walked him through it. You know what I mean? Him and his manager, shout out to Tyrell. It's just putting everybody on, man. I just want to see everybody win.
For sure.
So that was my experience with them. Yeah,
congrats. That's a lot, and like a lot of people don't get that opportunity as often, but I guess it speaks to your work ethic, and it also speaks to like the tone of your craft, because for somebody to come on BeatStars and the placements that you have are because they searched and landed on you, and like that also speaks volumes, because some people have to send out, well, most sync agents have to send out briefs and they have to wait for people to send stuff back, but for them to be able to just go and do it on their own and just score, that's awesome.
Most of the ones are from people just searching and finding my stuff.
Yeah, like, that's how Montana 300 found me. He one of my beats went viral, and then now he got a song too. So yeah, it's dope. Fire.
All right, y'all. Let's talk about this publishing deal. How did you guys? Well, I know you said Greg found you because of your placements and stuff, but what was the catalyst for you signing? What really said, yes, BeatStars is my home? Because a lot of people, especially when they're independent, there's a lot of myth. Well, it's not myth, it's true. A lot of people have bad experiences with labels and bad contracts. So what was the home? What was the house for you for BeatStars?
It was really because I was still able to build my own house within the brand and do it how I feel like it. And I still have full control over everything I want to do. And then I could come to BeatStars and get advice, and they'll make sure I'm doing it the right way. You know what I mean? So to have that on your team, even though I got all these industry plugs and friends, like to have that on your team is different. You know what I mean? Other than just somebody you could just go to talk to. So, y'all have my best interest at heart. So when I saw that and really trusted the brand through that, then I was with it.
Mm-hmm. What's some advice that you received? Oops. Yeah, trust for sure. What's some advice you received? Because you said you can lean on us for those things. So I'm just wondering, what are some of the questions you've come up on and that we've been able to help you out with, if you're able to share?
Well, yeah, of course. One thing was my YouTube. So with YouTube, I was trying to figure out how to make it look a certain way to attract viewers, but I had to start taking marketing classes to actually get more in depth with it. Now I'm in the UX design and product placement and stuff, so like that's more deeper. But they actually helped me like come up with the design, how it should look, how everything should just be branded, the whole concept of it, and just like fine tuning the marketing side of things. And like it was like small questions, like because to me no question is dumb, so I'll ask something like super petty and super small because I don't know, and I'm not. If I don't know and you can't tell me, then I'll find it. But so that was one thing though with my YouTube. If y'all check out my YouTube, you'll see like all the colorful. It's real colorful, and just like I might have a picture with a banana and a blue cover, you know what I mean? And it's going to do numbers. Like, that's going to attract the eye more than just having your favorite rapper up there.
And it's also your keywords for your searches.
Right.
I see a question in the chat that says, if I sign up for BeatStars Publishing, would I still need ASCAP or BMI? You absolutely need to be registered with a performing rights organization so that you can collect, because what is BeatStars placing you for if you're not going to be able to get your royalties in? So don't just make sure you have that set up. That's very important. Anybody who's creating music, period. So just have that together, guys. Sorry, Militia, didn't mean to throw you off there, but what was the catalyst for you signing to BeatStars? I know you said trust was a huge factor.
Oh yeah, it's pretty much the same thing that Big says. It's that trust factor. Like, I've known just the BeatStars team and Abe for a really long time, and seeing other artists in the industry, how they've been treated, and then seeing how BeatStars treats people, it's kind of a no-brainer, really.
Right.
It really is.
Right.
It's really a no-brainer. It's just a great opportunity, and it's a blessing to have them team up with Sony and offer something like this, really.
Yeah.
Because I've just seen them over the years. I've just been watching them, how they do work and how they care about the community, and it's just, I've been on BeatStars, so why not? They came out, asked me, I was like, yeah, go ahead. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I say this like literally every week, even like working here. I'm like, is this a real place? I feel like I'm in a fantasy, because it's such a people place, and it's just, BeatStars really recognizes the importance of a relationship. So I love it here. I'm never leaving.
That's right.
BeatStars is life.
Yeah, so, BeatStars is life, yes.
So going forward, like, what are some things that you're hoping to get from this deal, or some things that are going to help you that you may not have had time to really focus on?
For me, I want to tap into being a part of BeatStars as like maybe a A&R, or just in a, just dealing with the artists and helping create more opportunities for people across the world now. Now that I've kind of set the foundation for home, and I'm helping everybody from home, now I can take you to the rest of the world. That's my goal.
Yep.
Oof, I love that. You too,
I'll put my resume in too.
That's what I'm telling staff, coworkers.
Right.
Y'all hear this?
So now I'm just wondering. I want to ask Big. So, like I said, you like spitting game. You like helping people out. You said you like to teach people how to fish.
Right.
So, what are some cool worms that you could put on the end of this hook for this show, in terms of making the best out of BeatStars, and then maybe we can move into like the best out of your career. But for now, focus on the platform.
As far as BeatStars, post. If you don't have a name, post every day. Post every day. Make sure your graphics stick out, and keep everything original. Don't be a type beat producer. Because you'll fall into the category of that, and you'll just become just a beat maker. You want to be a producer and change the world with your music. And that's learning music theory. Well, that's more career stuff. But yeah, BeatStars, just post every day. Make sure your stuff is right. And, just build with the producers and the messages. Like, tell people have a nice day. Wish them well. Give them some positivity in their inbox. And that goes a long way in building your relationships.
Absolutely. What about you, Militia? With some on-platform advice?
Yeah. Sticking with the fishing topic. What you can do, instead of labeling everything the same, I always call it the fishing, so it's funny y'all say that. You label things, you make a whole bunch of like Future beats or Drake beats or whatever, but spread yourself out all over the place. Just try to make as much variety as you can, because you never know who's looking for what. So just try to spread yourself out in as many genres or many topics as possible all over the platform. And don't just, center yourself on one type thing. But even if you are, just try to label it different things so it spreads out over more searches and stuff like that.
I agree. I think for me, in terms of playlisting, like, it's really difficult for me to hop on, be searching for something, or I land on somebody's page and the photo is the same for every track. The tags are the same for every track. And whether or not that the tags are appropriate, it's kind of hard for me to differentiate. And I'm like, which one am I going to start on? I only have so much time to be on everybody's pages. So definitely separating that is a big, big key. Making sure your tags make sense.
Find new artists that are coming up, or it might sound like that bigger artist. Just label them instead. Like you already have Future and Drake labeled 1 million times on your playlist. Like, why don't you just add somebody else? And when that rapper blows up or someone else, then you'll be in the front. Mm-hmm. You already got all that bait set for Drake and Future.
Right.
They're gonna find it, okay? But you got to get something else going too.
Absolutely. Another thing that was really cool that I saw, I had to download a beat. So when I did that, I had to sign up to somebody's newsletter or something, and they came back and they had messaged me with my own personal code. If I ever want to buy a beat, they gave me like Tia 20, and I was like, this is sick. I'm a beat. I got a discount code.
That's really big too. Like setting up your MailChimp, that changed it for me too. Anytime someone gets a free download, or I'll just have free downloads on my site. Anytime someone gets a free download, it automatically sends them a discount code. So maybe they'll want to buy one next time. You'll send them like 25 or 30 or whatever % off. Mm-hmm. So every time they get a free download or buy or whatever, it automatically triggers an email straight to them, adds them into an email list, and they'll get a code for life after that. That's one of the big things I do.
And that's a funnel. That's what you call a funnel.
Yeah, it's a funnel type deal. Because you can go in your MailChimp and set that up as a campaign through BeatStars. And anytime someone gets a free download or a sell, it'll put them all in a big email list. And you'll just have an email list loaded. So not only are you sending out an email every time someone buys something or gets a free download, you'll have that whole list of emails to email them when you're doing something like a free drum kit, or you made some new beats you want to give out for free. Like, so your email list is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as time goes on.
Yeah, the conversation we had 2 weeks ago with Mudblood and Ben's Music. Mudblood, fire producer from Russia. She's incredible. And she had 30,000 followers on Instagram, and then Instagram deleted her account. She doesn't know why, and she lost everybody. So that was a conversation we had last week about, not putting all your eggs, or 2 weeks ago, about not putting all your eggs in one basket and making sure that you can still reach your fans or your audience or whoever you need to reach. If social media shut down today, where are we finding you? And that's something to really have to stress. And that's even in everyday artist marketing. Like, do not rely on Instagram and Twitter for your project rollout. Like, that's not all there is to it. So
I was watching, I think it was Gummy Beats was on here. He got me on or maybe Ant Chamberlain got me on the MailChimp thing, and I started checking it out, and I was like, oh wow, I'm getting a lot more sales just doing that and keeping those customers connected. Because someone will come and just get buy a beat off your site, and then they're gone. It's like they're window shopping. They'll come through your store, just they'll grab something. Oh, I'll never see you again. But just hand them a card or something. It's the same business store mindset.
You guys were talking. Well, not you guys. You mentioned don't be a tight beat producer. So I haven't had this conversation yet with anybody since I've been here, but I kind of want to know what your guys' thoughts are. From my perspective, in terms of playlisting for the platform, it's really easy for me to be able to search Drake, to search Baby Keem or whatever, to pull and find what I'm looking for, but not everybody is tagging artists, and some people are tagging specific vibes. So what are your thoughts on that in terms of, marketing yourself and getting yourself out there, but also shaping out your entire career so that you can be a producer, like you said, rather than just a beat maker?
With the type beats, you don't have to title it type beats. Just put the type of artist in the keywords.
Right.
And then and that way you don't have that brand of a type beat producer, because they get thrown to the side because there's so many of them. Everybody think that's the way. And like when I was working with Timbaland, like that was like, you wanted everything to be organic, original. Like a lot, like sometimes, like I make beats just off of my mouth. Like I'll just make a beat with my mouth, make the whole beat, and then lock it in like that. You feel me? And like I want producers to get back to that, because it all starts with your rhythm and your energy, and you're trying to transfer these emotions. So like type beat kind of just gives it that. All right, it's like auto-tune, just takes the emotion out of it, just puts everything right where where everybody else is. You want to be different. Anything different is always gonna win.
Anything different is always gonna win. Heard that. What about you, Militia? Any thoughts on that?
I think a lot of producers are doing the whole type beat thing because it's like you got to play the game to change the game in the end. So they're kind of, it's just like you'll fit in and you're just trying to get those hits and those sales. But a lot of people are scared to take that step because if you change, from that type beat and you start doing original things, you start losing those hits. But if you're fire, it's going to take off eventually when they find that. And then you're just going to be all to yourself and they're just going to be searching just you. So I think it depends because if you're just starting off and you're trying to get a whole bunch of sales, you might do it.
Yeah, I did it. I fell in it. That's how I know. I'm like, I don't want to be in it no more. I'm done. I want my own identity.
Yeah, so that's what eventually happened to me too. Because you go in and then like you're like, man, I want people to start making type beats of me. I don't want to just be type beats forever.
But so. I'll put like chill type beat or give it an emotion and put type beat.
That's another key thing too. Like I just had one. I just labeled freestyle type beat. I put it in my little playlist too. I just took like the Still Tippin' Mike Jones little horn sample, and I just made like a little freestyle type beat or whatever, and that thing just took off and did numbers because it wasn't. Like it was just labeled an emotion or whatever. If you just do something like you got to think like how, just what's a rapper thinking when he searches like sad type beat, mad type beat, angry type beat, or just whatever.
That's it.
I just want a freestyle type beat, and then that's what they searched. And then that one got uploaded to some YouTube gamers channel, and they did a cipher to it, and it got like 1 million views on it just because it was freestyle type beat, not anything special. It was just freestyle type beat.
I love hearing the random stories of random finds. I know, Big, you worked out of Tim's studio, right?
Yep, I'm with Team Timbo. So before he moved out of Virginia, I was there every day.
What was that experience like? How did that help build up your career? Because obviously that's a legend.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You learn, you just learn everything, because you get to see them talking to rappers, dealing with big rappers that we might idolize, but to them, they have a regular conversation, and they might be fussing each other out, mad about something, but the world will never know. You'll hear these stories of just things going on behind the scenes, and it's like that. Learning how he makes his beats, and that's what got me into doing it with my mouth and just making beats just from the heart, just starting from scratch. So that I got a chance to work on Empire, some of the intros to mix some of the stuff and engineer some of the stuff for the intros. So that was dope. It was fun. It was an experience out of this world. And they originally called me because Diddy was working on a project and Diddy had came to the studio to get beats. So they wanted me to engineer the session. But I was like, how much I'm getting paid? And they didn't call back. But that's because I know my worth. But the very next week after that, I started working for Timbaland after that. And that was because I understood my worth, and he respected that, and he showed me so many things after that. So you just gotta just stick to what you believe in. You feel me? And that's what that taught me a lot.
Yes, sir. You said you know your worth, and I know in another interview you also had mentioned if somebody doesn't want to offer you a contract or doesn't want to present a contract, they're probably shady. So just to piggyback off of that conversation, I'd love to know if you guys have any tips and tricks to just keeping yourself safe and keeping your property protected as you venture out into this music world, especially as creators who are uploading your work publicly on a weekly basis almost.
Learn legal language. If you study legal language and all of that, you'll pretty much pick up on the terms and what different things mean, and then understanding the capitalization of words and letters and stuff. And also just have a really good lawyer. Shout out to Josh, man. He really helped me out a lot. It's my job.
Wherever you are, shout out to you.
Yeah.
What about you, Militia? Any tips to protect yourself? Things to look out for?
Don't fall for every little email that they send you offering you all kinds of crazy stuff, because half of them, 90% of them are fake. So if you do, don't get all excited about it or whatever. You got to go in and look, search who sent you the email, search their email, search that number that was in the email, search everything, make sure everything's okay. I see a lot of people, like a lot of local rappers or just whoever, getting really excited when they get these scam emails and everything. Like, man, y'all just gotta look up the name of who sent you the email and the numbers and everything like that.
If you say at Gmail, then just
delete. Yeah. Spot them it's really just researching it, and you'll be able to spot them really quick after that. I don't even have to open them half the time before you know someone's genuine, because when you start receiving real genuine emails, you'll know. But like, if they're asking you for money, no.
Yeah, guys, like, honestly, I have a lot of friends who are creators themselves, and I can't tell you how many A&R emails we get, or record deal agreements that pop up, and it's just like, okay, you work for this label, but we know, or something everybody should know, is that if somebody works at a label, they have a label email address, and they will literally be like at BeatStars.com.
Exactly.
An A&R is not going to hit you up from their personal email. It's not going to happen, because they don't want you to have their personal email unless you're their homie. So just keep those things in mind. Don't let people tell you to pay for things to get in, pay for plays. You can't pay to get on. Like, just don't let people finesse you that way. Just pay attention to your Googles, basically, in summary.
That's right.
So let's get into some of your guys' music. Is there anybody? I know I keep saying who wants to go first, but who wants to go first?
Bro can go first. Go ahead, bro.
All right. Militia.
Let me. I put on the playlist. I put like I should have it on my thing. I put the one that got on Madden, and I put that other little still tip and sample one in there that's going crazy on YouTube, just to show people what happened or whatever.
I'm geeked for this. Do you know which one you want to start with?
That Cruel Winter one was the Madden one that got placed. So someone just went on BeatStars and searched Kanye West type beat, and they found this, and then they put it on a commercial with Joey Badass on ESPN. So,
congratulations, bro.
Yeah, it was cool.
Wow. All right, let's play it. I'm gonna ask you guys to mute your mics for this, please.
Okay.
Sick.
Hey, yo, Militia, load that track up.
And we see why it wound up in Madden. Everybody, that hurts for you. It's pretty fire. You guys, I don't want to see sleepiness in the chat. I know you're here, so I want to see that interaction in the chat. You know the vibes. When we're playing music, it's supposed to be a party. If you can't hear it, let me know. What were you going to say? Sorry?
Oh, that one, it was like more like an orchestral. It was like some commercial type music, really.
It really was, and that's
that's why I upload different sounding type stuff, because people that want like music for commercials or movies and stuff, they're looking on BeatStars too. There's people, they need instrumentals for everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, one thing, like something that we don't have a lot of, and maybe this is some free game for you guys at home. upload things for movies and video games and television shows, things you think that you could hear in the background when somebody's running to work or like getting a coffee. Just put yourself in a scene and see what you can upload, and even make a playlist for that, because those are things that we look for on the platform all the time. I know everyone in the chat is saying the audio is not that great. If there's any specific issues you're having, let me know. As far as sharing the screen, we're not going to get that big full sound that you would get off a regular speaker, so just bear with us, guys. You know which song I want to pick next? We could go in order. We could do the Still Tippin', because I know you're excited about that.
Oh yeah, that one's just like it's kind of a remake, but I modernized it a little bit.
Is it gonna boot me off live if I play it?
Yeah, it'd be all right.
Okay.
I'm gonna do them all. It's whatever.
All right, let's do it. Let's do Still Tippin'.
Damn, Melissa. Damn, Melissa. Damn, Melissa.
I want to do it justice, guys, so I'm going to try and reshare the screen. Let's just see if we can make the sound work, and then we'll start it again, because I want to make sure you guys can hear. All right. Give me a thumbs up if this is better, all right, guys?
Damn, Melissa. Damn, Melissa. Damn, Melissa.
That beat has 16,000 plays. Yo, every time I see the little Tim boot emoji in the chat, I want to scream laugh. It's so funny.
What does it mean?
Like, what does it mean? Like, I love it, though. I just assume that everyone means it's fire, because that's the only reason why you could be putting a Tim in there, unless you were trying to stomp somebody out, but let's not do that.
Right. I like that beat.
That was fire. What's the next one? What you want to do next? Drummer, spell, or buzzed?
Shoot. That's anyone. It's all. That's all the same to me.
Okay, let's do this Key Glock one. I love me some Key Glock.
Damn, Melissa. Damn, Melissa. Damn, Melissa.
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks.
That was hard. Somebody said this sounds like the murder from Scary Movie. Oh, sounds like a beat for a scary movie. I like that. Somebody said this sounds like Black Hoodie music. I love it. These are hilarious. Incredible. Okay, yeah, that's hard. And maybe something Kiwak would get on. Or actually, yeah, you tagged Dolph too. I was gonna say Dolph. Let's try this Drake beat spell. Do you have any stories for these other ones here?
Which ones? The drummer one or the still tipping one?
Any of them. Drummer, spell, buzz, tipping.
No, I ain't got no stories for those ones yet. Oh, the still tipping one is that one's being used by like they use it in it's called Amp Cypher 2020 by like NBA 2K gamer group. It's like Agent 00 or like those big gamers for NBA 2K. They did like a little freestyle rap session or whatever, and they used that beat and everybody went crazy to it, and I started getting blown up on YouTube. They're like, Amp sent me here, and I was like, what are y'all talking about? And I went on there and that video got like 500,000 last time I checked views on it. So
oh my god,
that got me a lot more like eyes looking at my YouTube channel. It's just stuff like that, and it's in their video. It shows them searching for beats, and they're searching for freestyle type beat, and it pops up. So yeah, like just you can just name them simple things, and people will find them. So that's pretty good.
Sorry, I'm trying to read the chat because people are still having issues hearing. That message is very long. I'm gonna have to come back to you guys. Okay, so let's play spell. That sounds like if Drake was about to be on his grimy shit. You know the ones?
I thought it sounded like some Lil Wayne type stuff.
That was a nice
I
little.
was like, oh.
You did that. Okay, Buzz, it's the last one. You want to introduce this one? You have anything to say about this one?
I added this one because this is like the latest one I made. It's like I did this one because more radio centered, tried to, just trying to sell something,
Heard you.
It's like some Jack Harlow type stuff.
Also, just before I get into this, guys, can you hear me better now? I unplugged my mic and everything, so now I'm just talking through my laptop. I hope that works. Somebody wants to know before I play this beat, Militia, were you ranking on YouTube for freestyle type beats before?
No, I don't think I was. But I am now. But I am now probably, but I really got that because there was an interview with, I think it was Ant Chamberlain. He was going through the vidIQ add-on on Chrome, so where you can see what users are searching for, or what's hot, like what's getting a lot of hits, and a lot of people aren't posting it, but it's getting a lot of hits, so you try to target that. And freestyle type beat was one of those things. So using that program, you can see what you should be targeting or whatever. So I just uploaded a few freestyle type beats, and boom, it happened, sure enough. So I don't know if I was ranked or anything like that, but I popped up when they were searching for it. So
It worked out.
Yeah, it worked out.
All right, last one, Jack Harlow type beat. Sorry, not type beat, but tagged. Buzz.
It's type.
Damn militia, damn militia, damn militia.
Okay, yes, definitely a Jack Harlow type beat.
Yep.
Someone said this is what Abe was playing when he created BeatStars. Oh, I have to send that one to him. That's hilarious. Okay, so Biggs, you're on deck. Militia, thank you for sharing with us. Everybody, you could find Militia here, BeatStars.com/the militia. Follow, like, all that. Okay.
And if anybody has any collab work they want for any Shoreline Mafia or California type beats, just hit me up at themilitia@gmail.com.
You're going to get an influx of emails now.
For sure.
Any YG, anything like that.
That's what you want. That's what he's looking for, guys. Okay, so Biggs, we have time for 5 songs. I
Sure.
love me this many. So, what are you feeling for today? Where do you want to start?
Let's start with What You Want. That's a Missy. I sampled a Missy record.
Am I blind? Oh, right
It's
here.
the yellow one.
Do you have any stories about this one that you want to
No.
share?
Nah, I just was like, I was just in the mood. I was like, let me sample one of my big homies' records. So that's just all it was. It was just one of them because I make beats like I might make 4 or 5 beats a day. So there was just one that was just caught in a bunch.
All right, let's get into it then. What you want?
Biggs beat this.
Would love to have let that keep running because I was having a good ass time over here. What's the next one you wanna play?
All right. So remember, I was telling you Montana 300 had he recorded on one of my records. That's that first one up there. Thoughts.
All right.
So we still going through the paperwork with it. You know, it might drop, it might never drop, but shit, I got him on it, and it was fire. So check it out.
It's on BeatStars. It's looking to try. Better hurry up.
Right. I'll be telling everybody. Hey,
Tell 'em. You better drop it. Tell them.
right. That's what, man. That's a whole nother story. We get into that though.
Don't forget to be took. All right.
Right.
Biggs beat this.
Cloud9 Music said, "I'ma get it done today" type beat. And that's what that was. I love that. All right, what's your next pick? Ooh, you're muted.
No, I was saying shout out to my manager D. No Chases is kind of like my whole team's like favorite one so far. It's like a TI type of sound.
Okay, team, this one's for you guys.
So.
That was like a storytelling type beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna whole life on that. That was the energy.
We just
Someone said, "What are those instruments?" So, what, Militia?
I said we just made someone a fire album if they just go buy all these beats.
You
know,
feel me?
Like, you came to the right place today.
Right.
Everybody who's already here. But yeah, sorry, Big. Somebody asked what instruments you were using.
That one had more like violin, strings, orchestra. I love orchestra music like Barry White and Quincy Jones. I love just like that's my dream is to like have my own orchestra.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, make it happen. Okay, next one.
All right, so Doja. I want to do this one. I made this one for one of the artists that I work with. That's my dog Doja. But and then I got influenced by the movie. It's a Martin movie with Joe Pesci, I think. Yeah. What's the worst that could happen? And it's a sample of that called Doja.
All right.
After I watched that movie, I went straight and made the beat. It was crazy.
All right. We love when inspiration hits. Let's see what we made. That was fire. That kind of makes you want to like two-step a little bit. Guys, I'm so sorry about the audio. I don't know what's going on today.
It's too much fire for the stream to work.
No, but thankfully,
Internet can't handle it.
the saving grace is that if you really want to hear this beat, which you should want to hear this beat or all of the beats, you could just go to their pages on BeatStars and follow them.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
If y'all are frustrated, that's a good thing. It's like, oh, I want to hear this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's there, though. It's there, man. I appreciate everybody being patient with us.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. All right, this is your last beat.
All right, this one is for a Christmas vibe. Like it's called Christmas Vibes, but we're actually trying to get a placement with this one. So it's a Ariana Grande type beat.
Sick. All right.
Type of vibe.
Wait, where'd the page go? Okay.
And And this is all original too. I played everything from scratch on this one.
Oh, sick. Okay, let's get into it. Christmas vibes. Thank you for giving me my Christmas dreams in September. I appreciate you. I
No
don't want
problem.
I'm gonna take the Christmas energy. Yes, I am DeAndre. That this versatility is wild. It's true. We've got a lot of different sounds today, and I appreciate that you guys picked the songs you did. For anybody who wants to follow Bigz, this is his page, beatstars.com/ThisIsBiggz with 2 G's and a Z or a Z in Canada. Let me just want to ask you guys a couple more questions. I see some questions in the chat. People have been patiently waiting. And let me switch the branding. There we go. And let me scroll back up because Bufo had a good one. Bufo on the beat, who's here every week. And I appreciate him very much. What questions did y'all ask the people you were face-to-face with when you signed your publishing deal, or maybe something you asked through email or on the phone? So maybe something you wanted to know before you put pen to paper.
One thing for me was knowing it was so many different splits because I had it's just different splits for everything that we do, whether it goes like mainstream or if it hits a certain number or if it goes like platinum on a platform. Like it's so many different percentages you got to work out. So that was one thing I had to ask about.
All right, what about you, Militia?
I wanted to know if I would have the connects and the network and the contacts, and BeatStars set that up with like the team. Like I got access to talk to whoever else is signed and collab with people. That was really the biggest thing for me because I was always just kind of, me and my homie just kind of doing our own thing. But really the networking was the big deal. And BeatStars has that set up for people that get on to where you can access other people, or they'll hit you up and be like, hey, so-and-so needs beats for this. So that was a really big thing for me to know that I'd be able to have.
That's great. Bufo says, makes sense. Thank you very much with the prayer hands. Cloud9 Music, Militia and Bigz, how many beats do you usually upload to BeatStars and YouTube a week? I think we covered this a little bit earlier, but I don't think we focused on YouTube at all.
I try to do 1 a day, but sometimes I'll do like 10 in a day or 5 in a day. Just depends. But let's just say on average about 3 to 7. Let's just say that to be safe.
So that's a week or a day?
In a week. A week.
Okay, cool. Got it. What about you, Militia?
I do about the same. It's like I go on tears. Like I'll take a few days off and then I'll get on it and I'll just go crazy. I'll just make a whole bunch. And I know like my subscribers get mad because I'll upload like 3 or 4 in an hour or something. Like, dang, this dude's spamming me. But that's just how I go. I'll just go on runs, just like do, and then I'll just kind of tire myself out. I'll stop for a day or 2, then I'll get right back on and just start tearing it up again.
Right, so. And I think I have this conversation with everybody every week about how much you should upload. We just posted a clip on the BeatStars main feed talking to PR and Contrabands last week about consistency. You can upload as many beats as you want or as little beats as you want, but I think something you guys need to pay attention to is, are people hearing it? Are you seeing your plays going up? Are the likes going up? Are people buying? Things like that. You can upload 1 million beats and that doesn't guarantee you a sale, but what are you doing to get the beats to people? Consider running some ads, consider using other platforms, things like that. It doesn't necessarily matter about the quantity as much as it does the quality in this case, because people actually want to use this for their music or their commercials or their movies, whatever, things like that.
Yeah. And I'll like, since my subscribers are starting to go up on YouTube, you can set when the upload's going to release on YouTube so you don't get so spammy with your subscribers. So like at first, like I'm just uploading like crazy because, I'll upload something and it only get like, under 100 views or something when you're really just starting out. But then when you start, popping off a little bit, then you kind of get a little bit more structure because you want to keep those subscribers and maintain that balance and try to keep, stacking on and rising and not running everybody off. So that's probably my next deal is I'm just going to have, just set those videos for upload, one a day or one every few days instead of just spamming them on my page.
Facts.
All right, I'm going to take one more question from the comments, and then I have one more question for you guys before we log off. What is a piece of advice that you've received from someone that you still use today? And this is also coming from Cloud9. So thank you for your questions. Whoever wants to go. Piece of advice that you still use today.
Count your pennies and the dollars that add themselves. I learned that from Andrew Carnegie.
Break that down because I don't quite get it.
Staying focused on like, all right, so when you have a business, you got to make sure you count all your pennies up because the dollars handle themselves. You're gonna stack up them hundreds and thousands. But if your penny's not adding up, then your thousands not gonna add up, and your millions not gonna add up. You feel me? So just pay attention to the small details and what's really affecting your business.
I love that. Thank you.
Sure.
Melissa, what you got?
Don't trust anybody Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't know. I really don't know.
This is how we build paranoia in the music industry. Let's not do that.
Yeah, nah. Don't be. That's gonna make everybody scared.
Don't be Stone Cold. Don't be Stone Cold. Yeah, really. I don't know if anyone's really said to me, but really, just networking and things like that. Oh yeah, she just got home from school, so you can network and then take care of her. So be nice, trust people.
I think it's fair to say. Like, it's okay to have your guard up and not be sure about people. Definitely, maybe it's less about don't trust people, but it's more about feel people out and have trust in your gut and your intuition. Like if your stomach is balling up every time you talk to somebody, doesn't sound like you're making any good moves there.
Right.
We're talking to them. Trust your gut.
Keep the vibes right.
Your gut instead of people. There you go. So my last question for you guys before we sign off is if you can shout out or recommend one other producer, an up-and-coming producer that you think is really about to win or can win.
Well, my boy Band Boy, he's working with what's his name? Tay Keith. So he got signed to him. So that's my boy, and it's dope because he actually was influenced from me because I was engineering his records and producer for him, and then he influenced me. So it's like I always try to promote my youngins that like just influence me. You know what I mean? It ain't just about coming from influence from where we at, but everywhere.
Yeah, network across.
Yeah.
What about you, Militia? Anyone you could shout out?
Corey Kale, Corey Kale on Instagram. That's my homie. That's who I make beats with all the time. He's out there in LA. We're working with Bandplay right now, Shoreline, all that. Got a whole bunch of stuff that they're rapping on but not releasing. So if y'all see this, please finish that verse and release it for me, please.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for your recommendations and for your time, guys. I appreciate the both of you. Thank you for joining our family. I'll see you around the platform. And guys, just make sure you follow everybody in the chat. Make sure you follow Bigz, follow the Militia. Looks like they're open to collabing and working. And
I'm ready to work. I'm working with everybody, top to bottom.
You guys
Yep.
are always asking. I saw all let's work comments, so I hope everybody's hitting each other up and just everyone's around the world and look, they're here today.
That's right.
You can connect with anybody you want, and these guys are open to it, so it's great. So thank you for joining the deal, everybody in the chat, Bigz Militia. See you guys next week, Tuesday, same time. Hopefully the same people. Thank you for always showing up and being here with me. And I hope everybody has an amazing day, amazing week. Stay safe, wear your masks, don't go to clubs, all that fun stuff. All right.
Thanks for having me too.
Yep.
Thank you guys.
For sure.